Hi, I'm Allison. Welcome to Back and Forth, where we look back at a classic artist and forward to someone that I think might be a contemporary counterpart. It would be totally fair to call Bob Dylan a living legend. He's been churning out instant classics since day one, and it's pretty easy to understand why he's considered one of the all-time kings of folk and protest music. If you've ever been to a Bob Dylan concert, then you know that he's the opposite of artists like the Rolling Stones or Bruce Springsteen, who play their hits for hours upon hours. Instead, Bob Dylan usually doesn't even seem to acknowledge that he has an audience at all at his gigs. He plays new arrangements of his songs that sound entirely different from the originals, constantly changing up the sound, and sometimes you don't even recognize the tune until you're halfway through. He doesn't interact with or speak with the crowd too much, but I guess I wouldn't use my words too much either if I had already used them to write masterpieces like Tangled Up in Blue or Hurricane. Bob Dylan's greatest characteristic is, without a doubt, his lyricism. His lyrics are intricate, poetic, they twist, they turn, they're complicated, they're unapologetic. They're incomparable to anything you've ever heard before. They're genius. He's undeniably a solo artist. Even if he had wanted to be in a long-term band, I doubt it would have been easy for any musician to work in a studio with someone who very clearly works within their own head so much. But he joined the Traveling Wilburys and he proved that he could collaborate in a way that was both fun and unique. When I think about Bob Dylan, I immediately think of the Greenwich Village version of him. The Bob Dylan that played late-night gigs at the Bitter End or Cafe Wha. The Bob Dylan that moved to New York City at a shockingly young age and found himself in the middle of a blossoming art scene. The Bob Dylan that dated an Italian artist, and when she left the city, he wrote some of the most heartbreaking songs of his career. Don't Think Twice, It's All Right, and Boots of Spanish Leather. And all this before he was 30? As far as a contemporary counterpart, I can think of dozens of artists who have been influenced or touched by Bob Dylan's music in some way, but my mind immediately goes to the young British singer-songwriter Jake Bugg. Jake Bugg is only 25, but he's already proven himself to be quite a masterful songwriter. His self-titled album released in 2012 featured a few hits like Lightning Bolt and Two Fingers. While he might not have that exact same anti-Vietnam War kind of vibe that Bob Dylan had, he does emulate that same sort of gritty sound, albeit the British version. He even has a track on that same 2012 record called Ballad of Mr. Jones. While he may not rise to quite the same level as Dylan in terms of lyricism, Jake Bugg's music is heavily focused on the songwriting aspect of things, and he isn't afraid to use those electric guitars. If you enjoyed this video, subscribe to our channel, hit the like button, share across your social media, and comment below. But be nice. Thank you.